Hello, all, very good morning. Okay, we start up in middle they may join. Okay. Uh, Yesterday we start up with black box testing. Okay, so there are two types of testing, right? Okay, so white box testing and a black box testing. Under black box testing, you will come across four different types of testing: usability testing, functionality testing, performance testing, and security testing. Yesterday we were discussing completely about usability testing and functionality testing. We were in middle. Okay, so we'll try to finish functionality testing, then we can go for further. Okay, functionality testing, sorry, before that usability testing, whether your application, sorry, I haven't shared my screen, right? Sorry. Okay, so under function usability testing, UI testing, and manual support testing, you will come across. Under usable UI testing, again you will come up with easy to use, look and feel, and quick interface. These three are the subtypes you will come across. Easy to use means whether your application is providing user friendly interface or not. So that means whether they were followed Microsoft 6 rules or not. That is what you will try to validate. That is nothing but usability testing under easy to use, look and feel. Across all the pages they should follow similarity, means in front page for different objects, different elements, which all are the attributes they were followed exactly across all the pages for different elements they should follow. So that is nothing but similarity. Then quick interface, then finally manual support testing. That is nothing but ending days of testing, whether your application is having quick interface. I mean to say whether your application is providing better user friendly interface or not. That is what you will try to validate. Okay, so this is nothing but usability testing. Then we went for functionality testing. Okay, functionality testing again divided into 10 different types. All these 10 types you don't want to remember. Okay, what is usability, what is what, just like that you can remember. Okay, so functional testing means what client is expecting. Also you can consider as positive testing. Negative testing means what client is not accepting. Okay, that means at expected places, expected error messages your application is throwing or not. That is what you will try to make sure. Okay, so that is nothing but functionality error handling. Okay, then we can go for input domain testing. Then we can go for input domain testing. uh, Let us suppose for username, what is the acceptable range for username? What is acceptable range? So minimum 6 characters, maximum 16 characters, let us assume. Okay, so at that point of time, you have to validate whether your input box is accepting characters in that range or not. That is what your requirement. So this one you have to validate means first one character range possible scenarios you will try to take. Like one character ranges, if you take one character combinations, If you take which all other different combinations you will come across, like A, B, C, Z, like that A to Z, 0 to 9 are on special characters, right? Okay, then you can go to like two characters combination. So AA, AZ, BA, BC, BD, something like that. Okay. So B0, 01, 09, something like that. Okay. Okay. Then three character combination exactly like that. 4 letter combination, 5 letter combination, 6 letter combination, 7 letter combination. If you go for like this, how many combinations you will come across? Some crores of combinations, right? Some crores of combinations you will come across, right? So is it really possible to test all these possible combinations? It's not really possible, right? So some crores of combinations you are getting for testing username within a range of like 6 to 16 characters. So all these combinations you have to test means is very difficult, very difficult, right? So that's why for testing this kind of scenarios you will try to follow some techniques. Those are nothing but like boundary value analysis, equivalence class partition, error guessing, and partition table. So these are the four different techniques you will try to follow for testing these kind of scenarios. Okay, so we go one by one. Boundary value analysis. What is boundary? Boundary is nothing but like this is your mathematical term. Boundary is nothing but range. Okay, so here for username, what is the range? 6 to 16 characters. Okay, so username 6 to 16 characters. If this is the case means what different possible scenarios you will take is like minimum -1, minimum +1, maximum -1, maximum +1. These are the 6 possible combinations you will try to take. First, you will go to minimum -1. Minimum -1 is nothing but like 5. 5 means is fail, right? So 5 characters login username should not accept. Then minimum means 6 characters. 6 characters should accept. Minimum +1, 7 characters also should accept. Minimum -1, so should accept. Maximum. Maximum -1 should accept. Maximum should accept. Maximum +1. So in all these possible cases, minimum -1, maximum +1 should not accept. All other scenarios should accept. This is nothing but like your boundary value analysis. Exactly. So any of the text box kind of stuff you are getting up in your application. So range kind of stuff you have to validate means this is the scenario you can go for. So this is nothing but like boundary value analysis. This is nothing but your boundary value analysis. It's very simple. Only the thing is you have to get to know the concept. Okay, then you will come up with like equivalence class partition. Here minimum you are taking like 6 characters. 6 characters means you can give alphabets and digits, right? So special characters for username doesn't accept. Underscore or dot you can accept, but all other special characters like less than, greater than, dollar symbol, ampersand, all these characters your QTP or any of the application cannot accept. But here maximum 6 characters are saying. These scenarios you are not describing, right? So you have to go for equivalence class partition. So equivalence class, what do you mean by equivalence class? Means whatever the test data you are having, that test data you are dividing into two equivalence classes. Those are nothing but like valid and invalid. Valid and invalid. So invalid, A to Z, capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9, okay, dot. For some of these are the rules, so won't be stable for each and every application in your IT industry. It may get vary from project to project or application to application. Okay, so Gmail means these are the rules. Gmail, if you take dot also it will take. Okay, so exactly invalid, all special characters your username cannot accept. Blank also cannot accept. Okay, so this is nothing but like equivalence class partition. But this is nothing but like your boundary value analysis and equivalence class partition. But your username you can give valid like A to Z, capital A to Z, small a to Z, 0 to 9. These are the valid characters. But you cannot give username like 0 username, 0 Rama or 0 Krishna. Like that you cannot give, right? Okay, so these possible combinations just which are some errors, some invalid data you'll try to take, and you'll try to pass to your username and pass like the test boxes and try to validate. So that is nothing but like error guessing. Some major possible scenarios: error input data you will try to prepare and you will try to test against that fields. So at that point of time it should throw you error message, it should not accept. Okay, that is what intentionally you will take test data, error data, and you will try to test. This one you can consider as error guessing. Finally, all possible cases of input data you will take at least one possible, like all uppercase letters or lowercase letters or digits, all uppercase lowercase combination, like that one combination, one data, like that you will take. And this data you will come up in the form of like your table. In the form of table you will come up with and try to test. So this is nothing but like your the test data, all possible scenarios you are coming up with in the form of table. In the form of table. So that is nothing but like error partition table. Okay, before that I remember like somebody emailed me yesterday questions. Okay, somebody emailed me, right? I believe Sita Sundar. We'll discuss at the end of our session. Okay, we'll discuss your questions at the end of our session. Just remember me if I forgot. Okay, these are nothing but like partition table. This is nothing but like your boundary value analysis, equivalence class partition, and decision table error guessing. Okay, very important interview question you will come across. What is the difference between testing types and testing techniques? Before that, one simple thing I will tell you. If you go for like testing interview, It's not like you may not aware of the questions interviewer is asking. I am sure 99% of the questions you are aware of except one or two questions, okay, but you may not be aware of what is perfect answer, what is correct answer for that one, okay. It's not like you are not aware of, it's like confusion kind of stuff. So like this, what is the difference between testing types and testing techniques? Testing types are nothing but very high level. You can say black box testing and white box testing. This one you can say testing types. And remember guys, one more is high level you will come across hybrid. Uh, like one more you will come across like gray box testing. You black box testing, white box testing, and gray box testing. While they are mentioning like testing types means even gray box testing also you can say. But what is gray box testing? Combination of white box testing and black box testing is nothing but like gray box testing. For some projects, some companies, if you take like small scale organizations, they cannot maintain separate testing teams, right? So at that point of time, developers themselves play development as well as testing roles. Okay, so at that point of time, those kind of testing you can consider as white gray box testing. Gray box testing is nothing but like just a combination of white box testing and black box testing. Okay, so testing types means these three you try to explain. Testing techniques are nothing but whatever we explained so far right now: boundary value analysis, equivalence class partition, partition table, and error guessing. So these one you can tell testing techniques. So these are nothing but like testing techniques. Compatibility testing. You are taking one sim service, okay, so that one any of the mobile you can insert and you can use it up, right? So that is nothing but like customer expected platforms. So any of the company they have to grow their business means which are the platforms available, all those platforms it should be compatible, right? Like Gmail application if you take, so Gmail application should work in multiple browsers. Should work multiple browsers. Like Internet Explorer, Opera, AOL. Which are the browsers available? I like AOL. You like Opera. Somebody else like Google Chrome. Okay. So every browser should be compatible. So that is nothing but like browse forward compatibility and backward compatibility you will come across to. Under forward compatibility, so three types of compatibility you will come across. Browser we told one thing, another thing operating system, another thing is database. Okay, these three compatibility you have to validate. So whatever the application you are working, that application should be compatible with respect to all operating systems. With respect to all operating systems like Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7, Mac, Unix, Linux, it should work on. So this is nothing but like operating system compatibility. Then database. What are the different databases available? Oracle, SQL, DB2, Sybase, like that. So many are available. Okay. So whatever the application you are working, that application should be compatible with all available databases. Okay, this is nothing but like your forward compatibility, then backward compatibility. So it's just opposite. Browser should be work with all applications, right? So what are the applications you take, like operating system should be compatible with all applications. Exactly, database should be compatible with all applications. Okay, this is nothing but like backward compatibility. Okay, it's very simple. You have to just think a little bit. Sorry. What is the difference between hardware and software? hardware is nothing but like a physical device which you can see and touch. Okay, so that is nothing but like hardware, physical component, physical device which you can see and touch. That one you can consider as hardware. Your computer needs to be operated means one program required, right? So that is nothing but like software. Okay, program is nothing but like your software. Hardware is nothing but like your physical device. Hardware needs to be worked means internal to that software required. Okay, so compatibility testing is nothing but like software compatibility. Configuration testing is nothing but like hardware compatibility. It's very simple. Very simple. That is software compatible, hardware compatible. Okay, so you may be hearing like you will be purchasing assembled computer, right? Assembled, what do you mean by assembled computer? Different companies parts you will take and you will try to fix those parts. That is nothing but like your assembled computer. Okay, that is nothing but like your assembled computer. So whatever the monitor you are purchasing, that monitor should be compatible with all companies CPUs. The CPU whatever you are taking, that CPU should be compatible with all companies monitors, all companies motherboards, all companies hard disks, different sizes of hard disk like 40 GB, 80 GB, 250 GB, 500 GB, all companies motherboards, processors. Okay, so that is nothing but like your hardware compatibility. Okay, so it should be compatible with all companies mouses, keyboards. Okay, so this is nothing but like your hardware compatibility. You are working for Gmail application, so 6 months you went on vacation. Once you come back 6 months, you are trying to access your Gmail account. Okay, you forgot password. You realized at that point of time, oh, you forgot password. How do you reset your password? Forgot password link you can go, and with the help of questions and some advices, you can reset your password. Okay, so this is nothing but like extra feature. No client will go company and ask like I want forgot password feature. But why? Clients doesn't know how our software applications works. So they will come to us their requirements. These kind of things companies themselves have to expect and come up with more features. So sanitation testing is nothing but like whether your application providing extra features or not. Okay, that is what you will try to test. That is nothing but like sanitation testing. Okay, whether your application is providing extra features or not. So that is nothing but like sanitation testing. One more example, if you remember like during starting days of your what I say like banking. Okay, so with the help of your ATM card you can withdraw money only from ATM services. Is that the situation this is IT industry? No, right? In your real world you can shop, you can make transactions like card to card, you can make bills like this. So many things happen, right? Have you ever went to bank and asked this feature? No, right? So companies themselves have to expect and come up with extra features. So that is what you will try to validate. That is nothing but like sanitation testing. Gmail, if you take chat feature is there for so long, but Yahoo, they come up with very recently, like 2 years or 3 years back. 2 or 3 years back, they come up with. Okay, so why? So one company having more features, another company having less features means public prefer to go for like more features. So that's the thing. That means like this one normally you never get involved, but during parallel testing, companies themselves try to involve, and they will be always thinking like who are competitors to them, how best they have to provide services. That is what companies will take care. Okay, not by you. So that is nothing but like parallel testing. So parallel testing you can consider as what you can consider competition testing. So parallel testing you can consider as competition testing. That one companies will take care. So that one you can leave it up. Then Gmail. Gmail is one company. Okay, so you will be able to email. Yahoo is another company. You will be able to email. But here my point is like you are using Gmail account. You are able to send, and meanwhile before that I will tell you one more important concept. So initial days of your mobile communications, if you are taking AT&T SIM, you will be able to only call AT&T subscribers. You cannot call Verizon or other subscribers. That is what your starting days of your mobile communications. Is that the situation these days? No, right? So any other network you can make calls. But here my point is like both of them are different companies, right? Different companies. Even though those two are different companies, but still those two applications were intertracking each other, right? So that is nothing but like inter-systems testing. Another best example, Gmail and Yahoo. If your Gmail is one company, Yahoo Mail is another company, but you are not only able to make send out mails to Gmail, right? Yahoo also, your Hotmail also you can send it out, but these all are different companies, right? But those two systems should interact each other. That is nothing but like your inter-systems testing. That is nothing but your inter-systems testing. You are working with some desktop, let us assume in your house. You are not using what do you say, UPS. Okay, suddenly power gone. Okay, after some time power came back. So once power came back, you try to restart your computer, right? Surprisingly, at that time you will see some message like earlier shutdown was not proper, so operating system needs to be scanned. So it's strongly recommended, else press some key to continue. Before that, once you use with your computer, you have to properly shut down. If you don't properly shut down, this kind of situations means what will happen is some of the files in your computer is related to whatever it is, like operating system or whatever the thing it, okay, maybe corrupted. Okay, so that's why if you don't properly shut down, files will get corrupt. So those are major files. Your operating system itself doesn't work. Okay, you should be very careful. Okay, so that is what is asking. That is what your computer is saying. Whenever you restarted, your earlier shutdown were not proper. So some files missed out. So operating system is having that kind of capability, like the missed out files it will automatically recovers. Okay, operating system having that kind of facility, like it will automatically recover the corrupted files. So that is nothing but like your recovery testing. So whatever the application you are working, that application whether is having auto recovery features or not, that is what you will try to validate. That is nothing but like recovery test. Another best example, you are purchasing computer. Someday definitely your application give you error, right? Create problem. Okay, exactly like that. Companies, if you take companies also using some computers, some servers, that is also electronic devices, but someday definitely they will give errors, right? They will create problem. But have you ever uh, have you ever faced issues with banks like Barclays Bank, HSBC Bank, like that? Have you ever faced any issues? Some maintenance kind of stuff it may be happening that time, but 1 hour or 50 minutes or something like that, but not like days or weeks, right? Okay, but how companies were managing, whatever the company it is, what they will do is they will try to manage parallel servers or backup servers. Okay, so by chance one server go down, other server gets up and automatically serve the services. Okay, so that is nothing but like recovery testing. So whatever the application you are working, this one applicable for each and every application, each and every application. So whatever the application you are working, that application whether is providing auto recovery features or not, that is what you will try to validate. So that is nothing but like recovery testing. Finally, installation testing. Okay, have you ever installed any application in your computer? Okay, before that very simple topic, I forgot to say you what is sometimes I'm saying like application, sometimes I'm telling project, sometimes I'm telling product. What is the difference between these three? In your IT industry, which all are things you are seeing, each and everything you can consider as application. So Word, Excel, PowerPoint, C, C++, Java, Windows XP, ATM, each and everything you can consider as application. So applications divided into two categories like project and product. Okay, so project is nothing but like client specific, like AT ante they will come to us, they will give their requirements, according to their requirements we will develop and give it back to them. So this is nothing but like project. But product is nothing but like market requirements. Okay, so to meet market requirements, companies will be coming up with solutions like okay, so flyovers market requirement, right? Computers market requirement, mobile phones market requirement. Okay, your purchased computer without operating system, will you be able to do anything? No, right? So operating system again market requirement. You have one movie, that movie you have to watch. What do you want? Movie player. So movie player also market requirement, like that. C, C++, Java, SAP, for each and everything, MS Office, calculator, all these are nothing but like products. Okay, okay, this is the difference between like application, project and product. Installation testing. So as soon as you insert setup CD, it will get automatically initialize installation. So whether is initializing automatically the installation or not, you will try to test. Then once you click on next button, it will ask you like default location. So where you have to install that application, for that one it will ask you for default location. Right, so by default it will take C drive. So whether it's taking automatically C drive or not, you will try to validate. Okay. Okay. After that, no, you don't want to install in C drive. You want to install in your own drive like DRE. Okay, whether your setup file is allowing you to change drive or not. Like that, then you will be clicking next. Necessary options you will be choosing. Then you can go for like finally before installation. So in case reboot required, it will ask you for reboot. So before reboot, it will ask you like one more simple thing: do you want to create all shortcuts like a desktop shortcut, quick launch, or start menu? All these shortcuts whether you will be able to create or not. That is also it will try to ask you. Okay. Before that, let us suppose older version of your MS Office you are installed. You are trying to upgrade your system to latest version Windows MS Office 2010. Let us suppose at that point of time your setup file should prompt earlier version of your application already available. Do you want to install do you want to uninstall that application and reinstall freshly, or do you want to upgrade automatically? Okay, that is what you will try to validate during installation testing. So that is nothing but like installation testing. Okay, during installation testing, once you installation done, all necessary files and folders it was created on some preliminary check you will try to validate. So that is nothing but like installation testing. You were installed some game, you were played day and night, you got irritated, okay, you got bored, then you have to keep your computer clean means you have to uninstall, right? So during installation testing you will try to uninstall the unnecessary applications. Okay, so while uninstallation, okay, so you can uninstall from wherever it was installed from there itself, from start menu wherever qtp, there if you go uninstall application, or you can go to control panel, from there also you can uninstall. Once you uninstall all of your files and folders whatever it got created during installation, all those one is getting deleting or not. That is what you will try to validate. Okay, so that is nothing but like your installation test. So this is nothing but like your okay. So use case is nothing but like what is precondition, what is pro condition, what is post condition, what are the actors. Okay, compose mail functionality you have to validate. So what is the precondition? Your application needs to be logged in, then only you can validate compose mail. Okay, so for compose mail precondition is logged into the application. What is post condition? Once you successfully send out an email, it go and stores into your sent mail. That is post condition. That is post condition. Like that, you will try to come up with. Yes. What is the application? What is the login function? What are the actors? Username and password, right? So what is the test data? Okay. So what is the entry criteria? What is exit criteria? Like that, you will be coming up with. So that is nothing but like use case. Testing techniques, I said, right? Boundary value analysis, equivalence class partition, decision table or partition table, or error guessing. So these are nothing but like testing techniques. Testing types means white box testing, black box testing. Okay, white box testing and black box testing. Metrics I will explain. Okay, that is advanced portion I will explain during a test management portion I will explain. Okay, any more questions? Then we will discuss like very simple topic. It is very simple topic. It doesn't take much time, like 10 or 15 minutes it will take. Okay, before going performance testing, you'll try to see like types of applications. Okay, there are normally in your IT industry there are 4 types of applications you will come across: one tier, two tier, three tier, and n tier. One tier means tier is nothing but like layer. Here tier is nothing but layer. That means one layer applications which all are having only one layer. Those type of applications you can consider as one tier applications. Okay, so that means only front end. You have to talk to your computer. Front end user interface required, right? So that is nothing but like front end. So for developing UI, you should use some programming language. Okay, like C or C++, Java, Visual Basic, SAP, Oracle, some programming language you should use. Okay, so that is nothing but like one tier applications. What are the examples? All of your standalone applications comes under like one tier applications. All of your standalone applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Calculator, these all comes under like one tier applications. Okay, along with the front end, back end means database. If you come across that kind of applications, you can consider as two tier applications. Okay, two tier applications. So front end UI, back end database. What is the purpose of database? Gmail. Gmail is a not good example for explain this one, but in Gmail, first name, last name, middle name, all those fields you will fill up. Click on submit button. As soon as you click on submit button, where those data get stored in your backend database. Okay, so any of the applications containing these two types of layers, these two layers, that kind of applications you can consider as two tier applications. Two tier applications also you can consider as client server applications. Okay, so examples for two tier applications are within your organization, which all are the applications you are able to access. Those applications you can consider as intranet applications. You are maintaining some internet cafe. Internet cafe, within that internet cafe you will be able to access some applications. Okay, those one you can consider as client server applications. In between these two layers, you will come across one more layer. That is nothing but like web server. Web server. Okay, so web server purpose is it will serve the pages. Okay, so all of your applications comes under examples for three tier applications. So three tier applications also you can consider as web based applications. Okay, so Tomcat, WebLogic, ISS, JBoss, these all are different sorry examples for web based applications. Okay, again there are two types of servers you will come across: application server and web server. Application server and web server. Web server, first we go for web server. So web server's responsibility is it is nothing but like a program. It will be running in and it will be running in your computer. In your computer. Okay, that is responsible for accepting HTTP request from server from client. Okay, accepting HTTP request from client, that means like from your computer, as soon as whenever you enter www.gmail.com, it will uh, redirect to like HTTP, right? HTTP www.gmail.com. Okay, what do you mean by HTTP? Hypertext transfer protocol. So each and everything in the form of like HTTP requests. Okay, so as soon as you enter gmail.com and press enter, HTTP request goes to your web server. So your server accept those HTTP requests, and I am asking you something, some money. Okay, you have to answer back, right? So like that you are accepting means those requests needs to be served back some with some answers, some okay. So this is the purpose of like your web server. Okay, so this you have to serve back the HTTP request. So this is what your web server's job. This is nothing but like your program that is responsible for receiving HTTP requests and serving back HTTP requests to server or client. Okay, while fetching requests, they should follow. It should not fetch all the requests, right? So it should not fetch all the requests. While fetching requests, you should be having some rules and regulations within your organization. Best example, if you go for like database, you want to display, you want to fetch data who all are from testing department. At that time you go to database, you will try to apply rule like select a star from emp where department equal to testing. Your here if you give this command, what it will give, it don't give all of the employees who are working for your company. It will give you like within that company who are working in testing, it will return you like that. Here it doesn't serve all the pages, right? So there are some internally some rules and regulations. So that is nothing but like application server. So application server exposes business logic to client applications through various protocols including HTTP weblog, including HTTP. Okay, you are logging in with your username and password. In your email box, in your inbox, you will be able to see only your emails, right? You don't see others' emails. Who is controlling that one? Application server. Your application server controlling that portion. Okay, so and this is nothing but like application server. And one more simple topic. So here you are coming up with like 3-tier applications, right? One more that is you will come across, that is nothing but like n-tier applications. Gmail across globe they will be using, right? So across globe they will be maintaining one server. Let us suppose application, one application or one server you are managing means someday definitely it will get problem, right? Your application or server. Okay, so in US you got some problem. Okay, you have to trace and you have to rectify means it's very difficult. So instead of managing one server across globe, what you can do is you can spread it across multiple countries. Like for India one server, for China one server, for US one server, for UK one server. Tomorrow some problem occurred in India, you can go to that server and you can test very easily, right? Again, instead of managing for whole India one server, they can split across major cities. Like for Bangalore one server, for Hyderabad one server, for Chennai one server. So tomorrow some problem occurred in any place, you can go there and you can test very easily and rectify. That means you can consider that one as n tier applications. That means like n layers you are coming up with. So this is nothing but like your different types of applications. in detail means there are four types of applications. Those are nothing but like 1 tier, 2 tier, 3 tier, n tier. But very high level you have to discuss means two types of applications. Those are nothing but like, what are those? Client server applications. Two tier applications you can consider a client server application. Web based applications are nothing but like 3 tier or n tier. 3 tier or n tier applications you can consider as web based applications. Okay, then you can go for like performance testing. So performance testing is nothing but like for web based applications, if you go for means uh, at a time most other people will be able to accessing, right? So that is nothing but like performance testing. So Gmail application, if you go for across globe, some crores of people will be accessing, so all those people will be able to access these applications or not. That is what you will try to validate. Okay, that is nothing but like performance testing. Okay, so performance testing, how you can define it as like executing the application under predetermined levels of resources. Predetermined levels of resources to estimate performance is nothing but like performance testing. Okay, so executing the application under predetermined levels of resources. What do you mean by predetermined levels of resources? Predetermined levels of resources is nothing but like your purchasing computer means you should be having some configuration, right? Hard disk, what is the size of hard disk, processor, motherboard. Exactly one server they are managing. That server, what is the configuration they are using? That configuration you can consider as predetermined levels of resources. Okay, so under that configuration, how your application is working, whether it's accessible or not, that is what you will try to validate. That one you can consider as performance testing. Okay, so performance testing again divided into three different types. That is nothing but like load testing, stress testing, and volume testing. Load testing, stress testing, and volume testing. Okay, load testing. Uh, Let us suppose we are working for one application. Customer expected load is 10,000 users. If your application able to access for 10,000 users, so that is nothing but like load testing. Okay, if you test for 10,000 users for that application and your application performance is pretty good, your application is accessible. Okay, that kind of applications you can consider as that kind of testing you can consider as load testing. Means executing the application under predetermined levels of resources and customer expected load to estimate performance is nothing but like load testing. Okay, executing the application under predetermined levels of resources and customer expected load. Customer expected load is 10,000 users. If your application is working fine for the 10,000 users, sorry, that is nothing but like load testing. If we take like greetings applications, there are so many greetings applications. Okay, so during normal seasons, very less people try to access, but across globe during December and January, you will come across festivals, right? So at that point of time, almost all people try to access application, greetings application. So at that time, even client himself cannot expect how many more number of users going to access his application. How many more number of users going to access his application. So at that time, the major intention is your application should not get crashed, right? So that is nothing but like stress testing. Okay, customer expected load is 10,000 users. If your application is working fine for 10,000, that is nothing but load testing. But client cannot expect always, okay, maximum 10,000 users they will try to access at this point of like getting applications. So at that time what you will do is you will try to put extra stress into that application. Means you will try to increase 100 users, how your application is behaving, 200 users, how your application is behaving. Let us suppose 300, 400, like that you keep incrementing up to 2000 extra stress. That means like 12,000 users your application is breaking. Let us assume. So that means current server configuration it will be able to access max 12,000 users. That means like this is the peak stage, this is the bottleneck. Okay, so your current application, current configured computer, so it will be able to access maximum 12,000 users. If his application needs to be accessed by more number of people, means he needs to improve his configuration. So as a tester, what you will do is what is the maximum stress, what is the peak load of your current application, you will try to find out and send it to customer your performance results. Then he will take decision accordingly. Okay, so that is nothing but like stress testing. Volume testing. So volume testing is nothing but like what is the maximum size you will be able to attach to your Gmail email. Okay, so maximum 25 MB you can attach, more than that you cannot attach. So this one comes under volume testing. Okay, you cannot attach executable files, you cannot attach more than 25 MB. So these are nothing but like volume testing. Okay, so this is nothing but like volume testing. Another way, like you have taken 1 Mbps plan, whether your broadband internet connection, whether you are getting 1 Mbps or not, you have to validate. So even that one also comes under volume testing. Even that one also comes under volume testing. Okay, then it's like 2 minutes. Security testing. Okay, so whether your application is providing security or not, that is what we will try to test. That is nothing but like security testing. Okay, so like login only, right? For most of the applications security means login. Okay, so if it is web based application, you have to validate like security testing. Your application should provide security, right? So that is what you will try to validate. So that is nothing but like security testing. Security testing again divided into 4 subtypes: authorization, access control, encryption or decryption. And one more you will come across, firewalls. Okay, firewalls. Authorization. Any of the application you have to access means first you should be authorized, then only you will be able to access. So that's why first initially you have to register. Any of the application register feature will be there, right? So that is nothing but like authorization. So once you have to register, then you will be able to access that application and you can utilize the services. So that is nothing but like authorization. That is nothing but authorization. So yeah, you are authorized for that company means what they will do, they will provide you access card. For any other company you have to enter, they will provide you access card. Okay, if you are authorized, then only they will provide you access, otherwise they doesn't provide you access. That is nothing but like authorization. Okay, you are authorized person, but you are not allowed for all the departments, all the buildings, all the floors, all departments. Okay, so your access is restricted. Whatever the project you are working, that project where it is located, which building it is located, only that way you will be able to access. So other floors, other departments like security department, finance department, payroll department, like that so many departments are there. Other departments you cannot go for. Administrative department, there also you cannot go for. That doesn't provide you access. So that is nothing but like access control. Another way, Naukri. Naukri, two types you can log in. As a recruiter, as a job searcher. Okay, you can, as a job searcher, you can update your resume, you can log in into your username and password, you can update your resume, you can search for jobs, and you can apply. But you cannot view others resumes, right? You cannot delete others profiles. Okay, once you get job, you can delete your profile, but you cannot delete others profiles. What is that one? That is restriction. Okay, so that is nothing but like access control. Okay, so that is nothing but like access control. So even though you are authorized, they were given you like certain access control or not. That is privileges they were set or not. That is what you will try to test. That is nothing but like access control, encryption or decryption. Best example, your password. You will type directly, but it doesn't look you like show you like directly, right? What it will do you? It will give you like stars, right? Exactly. You are working for banking applications means they have to provide username or something like that, like credit card number or debit card number or account number. How they'll provide? So many levels they will try to encrypt and try to give it up. Why? Because of security reasons. Okay, so that is nothing but like encryption or decryption. Firewalls. You are working for a specific company means only the specific company applications you will be able to access. So Wipro, if you go for, they don't grant you, you cannot access other applications like Gmail. You cannot browse normal applications. Okay, how they can control? With the help of firewalls. Okay, so most of the companies these days going for like they are not providing you like access of all applications. Okay, restricted privileges. Okay, so that one how you can control is like access control. That is nothing but like firewalls. Okay, firewalls means they will block. Okay, they will provide you like only specific sites you will be able to access. All the sites you cannot access. Okay, why I told before telling like performance testing and security testing is types of applications I have discussed, right? Why? This is the reason. If it is client server application, you can go for usability testing first, then you can go for functionality testing. You don't want to go for security testing and performance testing. Why? That is internal to organization, right? So this one is not important. Okay, but if it is web based application means first you have to go to security testing, then usability testing, then functionality testing you go. Finally, once your application gets stable, okay, then you can go for performance testing. Very important into question. How differently you will test web based applications when compared to client server application? This is what just to try to remember and explain. Okay, so if it is client server application, you can go for like usability testing and functionality testing. If it is web based application, initially you can go to security testing, then you can go for like usability testing, you can go for functionality testing, finally you can go for performance testing. Okay, load testing or stress testing or performance testing with the help of human beings you cannot perform. Okay, so 10,000 users you have to gather means 10,000 users performance load testing you have to do means you have to gather 10,000 users and you have to control means it's very difficult. So you will go for some tools. Okay, performance tools you might be here, right? Like load runner, web manager, silk performer, like that. So many performance tools were there. With the help of those tools you will be able to perform. Okay, I have unmuted. Anybody having any questions means you can ask me. Any more questions? Okay, then that's fine. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, tomorrow same time we'll meet up again. Okay, tomorrow same time we'll meet up. Okay, okay, then that's fine. Thank you. Yeah, fine. Bye.